Okay, translations. So a translation is a type of transformation where the figure slides, see the SL there? The figure slides left, right, or up or down. So looking at our description and rule, each point of the figure is moved the same distance. That's our first fill in. It's moved the same distance and in the same direction. So you'll see the ordered pair and it'll either say plus or minus. That means the x value will move right or left and the y value will move up or down. So here's how this looks. Look at example 1. For example 1, you can see here that nothing will happen to our x value, but the y value is going to go minus 3. That means the figure is going to go down 3. So let's look at our original points here. So our point A right here, the x value would stay the same, but the y value would go down 3 spaces. So we'd move our A or slide it down here, and we now call it something new. It's called A prime. Then we go over to point B. So point B is at 3, 1. The x value stays the same, and we move this down 3 spots to here, and that will be B prime. And our last vertex or point that will move is point C. And the rule is down 3. So that's right here, and that's C prime. And then we connect those 3. And that is our new figure. So let's look over at our ordered pairs. So notice for A prime, let's see, I did that in blue, so I'll go A prime. The x value stayed the same, so we stayed on 2. See, it's forward 2. But our y value went down 3. So 3 minus 3 gives us that 0 value. So that's where we're at, right there. So that point is called 2, 0. We slid it down 3. Okay, let's get my green here. Let's go our B prime. So for B prime, we went down 3. Our x value stayed the same, so we're still on 3. And then we're at 3, negative 2. Okay, so that point is right here. So that ordered pair is 2, negative 3. Or mathematically what we did, we went down 3, so the x value stayed the same, and then we did 1 minus 3. Let me make that a little neater. Okay, we did 1 minus 3. 1 take away 3, and that's where we got this negative 2. Okay, so you can move it by the drawing too. And then finally, our C prime, our rule said the x value stays the same, so we're still at 1. And then we did 2 minus 3, so that's negative 1. And then look at our picture. That's that ordered pair right there. Okay, so for the first one, we translated or slid this figure down 3 spots, because that's what the rule was, minus 3. Now notice that the triangle is still the same triangle. It's the same size and the same shape. So that's called congruent. We'll get to that in a minute. All right, let's take a look at example 2. Okay, so for example 2, our x value, we're going to add 4 to our x value. So adding 4 to our x value means we're going to go 4 units to the right. And on the y, we're adding 2. So that means we're going to go 2 units up. So we're going to go 4 to the right and 2 units up. So when I go to my picture, I'm going to start with the letter A. So we're going to go A, we're going to go 4 units to the right, and then 2 units up. So we're going to be right here. And then we're going to call that's our new A, so we're going to call it A prime. Like a little hash mark or a little 1 by it. All right, let's do T next. Same rule for letter T. We're going to go 4 units to the right and then 2 units up. So that lands us right there. Okay, and then that is called T prime. All right, let's move H. 4 to the right and 2 units up. Okay, so it might get a little messy, a little bit confusing because we're on top of other points. But that's going to be H prime. Oh, that's a little thick. Let's go. And that'll be H prime. Okay, and then our last point is M. Same rule, 4 to the right and 2 units up. And that puts us right here. And that is M prime. Okay, so then we connect everything. So we're going to go here to here to here. Okay, so you can see that we've moved the whole figure 4 to the right and 2 units up. So now I want to clean this up a little bit. Let's make these points bigger. There's our M, our A, our T prime is there, and our H prime is there. And let me just trace this in yellow so you can see. Here's our new block. Okay, 4 units to the right and 2 units up. Okay, so our next step is to write the ordered pairs. Okay, so M prime, so that's this point right here. Okay, M prime is 4 to the right, so if I read this ordered pair, it's back 1, so it's -1, -1. Okay, mathematically, if I add 4 to this, -5 plus 4, I get -1. And if I add 2 to this, I get -1. So you could do it mathematically, or you can do it with your picture. Okay, A prime. A prime is right here. So we go 2 to the right and 1 down. Okay, again, you can add 4, so -2 plus 4 gives us 2, and then if we add 2, here we get -1. I like using the picture better, but you could do it mathematically. Okay, T prime. So T is forward 2, so it's right here. Forward 2, down 3, so forward 2, -3. And again, if I do add 4 and add 2, I get that for the ordered pair. And then H prime is back 1, so -1 and down 3. So those are our new ordered pairs. Let's see, mathematically, -5 plus 4 is -1, and -5 plus 2 is -3. Okay, so again, what I need you to see, though, is that we've created a twin. It's the same shape and the same size. So these two rectangles are congruent. So there is a symbol for that. So it's called a congruency statement. Oh, look, it spells math. Okay, so math, the first box, math, is congruent to, it's a equals with a squiggle sign above it. It's congruent to math prime. So this would be what's called our congruency statement. And that proves that they have the same shape and the same size. All the angles are the same. So the pre-image, that's the original image, and the new image, they are congruent. So let's make a note of that. So they are congruent. Again, congruent means same shape, same size. And the resulting image is a slide. We slid the figure to the right and up. Okay, so keep in mind corresponding angles. All the angles are the same. They are congruent, which is just a fancy way of saying like exactly the same or a twin. And the corresponding sides are also congruent, so they're the same length and they're parallel. Okay, so make sure you have all of that work shown for this part, and then we'll move on. Okay, 2 more practices. So first, for practice 1, we're going to graph and label the pre-image. So we have to do the original image first. So let's go ahead and practice graphing these points. And we're going to start with A, which is -1, -3. So that would be right here. And that's going to be our original A. So just mark that with A. And then our B is 2, 1. So forward 2, up 1. And hopefully you're getting really good at plotting points by now. So that's going to be our B. And then C is -2, -2. So that's back 2, down 2. Oh, let me slide that over a bit. Right there. And that will be our original C. So let me connect these neatly. You can connect yours neatly. And we made a triangle. Okay, so now we look at the rule. So we're going to add 2 to the x. That means we're going to go 2 to the right. And then -3 on the y, so that's 3 down. So we're going to go 2 to the right and 3 down. So we could do this mathematically, or we could do this with the figure. I like to do the figure first, but you could choose your style. Okay, 2 to the right. So let's start with letter A. And we're going to go 2 to the right. So that's 2 to the right, 1, 2. Now you don't have to draw the squiggles. I just do that to show you. And then we're going to go 3 down. So 1, 2, 3. So we're going to be right there for our A prime right there. So mark that A prime. And then let's move on to B. Same rule. We're going to go 2 to the right. I got that from right here. That means +2. So we go 2 to the right. And then 3 down. 1, 2, 3. So that lands us right here for B prime. And then mark that B prime. It's really important that you put the little prime by it, the little 1 by it. That helps us distinguish between the pre-image and the new image. Okay, and then C, we're going to go same rule, 2 to the right, and then 3 down, and then that's going to be our C prime. So we're going to be right there. And then we'll mark that C prime. Okay, C prime. Okay, I'm going to erase the squiggles so it's a little bit cleaner, so give me 1 second here. Okay, I just wanted to clean that up a little bit. Now let's connect. And then what we should have a congruent figure. That means the first triangle and the second triangle should be the same size and the same shape. Okay, now let's write our ordered pairs. So A prime, beginning with A prime. So looking at this point right here, okay, it's forward 1. It's forward 1 and down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down 6, so -6. Okay, so again, you could do that mathematically. We could add 2 to the x and subtract 3 from the y, and then we would get the same ordered pair. Okay, b prime. So now we're looking at this one here. So this one is 1, 2, 3, forward 4. So b prime is forward 4 and down 2. Again, if you want to do the math, add 2 and subtract 3, and we would get that same answer. And then C prime, our last point is 0 on the x, and then it's down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down 5. Okay, so we list our ordered pairs, and let's write our congruency statement. So you might be able to fit this, you could write it sideways. So I'm going to put it over here. Let me change my color. Okay, so our original triangle A, B, and C is congruent. The symbol is an equal sign with a squiggle over it. It's congruent to A prime, B prime, and C prime. So that means, make sure you put your congruency statement somewhere on the page here. That means that the original image and the new image are congruent, the same size and the same shape. Okay, here's a random elephant because somebody asked me to add a random elephant to our video. You know who you are. So there you go, little elephant for you. I hope you like it. And let's move on to our final practice, practice 2 on the video. And let's check out the rule here. So our rule is on the x value, we're going to subtract 6. So that means we're going to go 6 to the left. And our y value will stay the same. So we're just going to move the figure, slide the figure 6 to the left. First, we have to plot our original point. So let's plot E, which is at 2, 4. Okay, there's E, 2, 4. F is at 2, 1. Okay, there's F, and now G is at 4, 4. So forward 4, up 4. And there's G. Okay, make sure you label everything. You always have to label everything with these transformations. And I'm going to connect these. And we have a right triangle for that one. Okay, so that's our original figure. We graphed all those points. Now let's translate it. The rule is 6 on the 6 to the left. So we're taking away 6, so we're going to go 6 places to the left. So I'm going to start with E and go 6 to the left. Not going to do the squiggles this time. Let's see if you can just count with me. 6 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be here. And we're going to call that E prime. And then G is 6 to the left. 1, 2. Okay, so moving G to the left 6 places lands me here. And now I'm going to go F. And that's going to go left 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So it's going to be right there. And that's going to be, remember to label it, F prime. Okay. All right, now connect them. And we should have a congruent triangle that's shifted or slid 6 to the left. And then our final step would be to write those ordered pairs. Okay, so E prime. So our x value stays the same. No, our x value is -6. Sorry about that. So it's 1, 2, 3, it's -4. And our y value stays the same. So it's still at +4. And then F prime. So F is also at -4, but our y value stays the same. It's at -4, 1. And our G prime is at -2. And our y value stays the same at +4. Okay, and our final step, let's write that congruency statement. Switch to black. So we're going to take our original letters, E, F, G. Do you remember what the congruency symbol is? It's an equal sign, and then it has a squiggle over it. That means congruent to. And then E prime, F prime, G prime. Okay, so that's our congruency statement that says they're both equal. Okay, on the back side of the worksheet are these practice problems. So at this point, you're welcome to stop the video and try these on your own. And then you could press play again to see how you did, or you can continue to follow along with me. Okay, first example, we're translating. Remember, that means we're sliding the figure. It's going to go 3 units to the left. So on the X, that means we're going to go back 3 and then 4 units down. So on the Y, we're going to go down 4. But first, it's asking us to list the original ordered pairs. So K is forward 3, up 3. E is forward 4, up 2. So that's our ordered pair for E. T looks like it's forward 3, down 1. And B is forward 2 and up 0. Okay, now let's translate or slide this parallelogram. We're going to go 3 to the left and 4 down. So 3 to the left and 4 down. And that puts us right here. And then mark it K prime. Okay, I'm going to stop drawing these squiggles. I'm just doing that to show you where I'm moving it. Let's continue the pattern though with each vertex or each corner. 3 to the left and 4 down. So E goes 3 to the left and 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So E is going to be right here. And mark it E prime. All right, and then B, we're going to go 3 to the left and 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be right there. Mark it B prime. And T, we're going to go 3 to the left and 4 down. That brings us right here. And we're going to mark that T prime. Okay, now neatly connect, and we should have, oh my gosh, I'm going to redraw that. That's really crooked. Okay, nice and neat. Try to make it nice and neat and congruent. And we should have the same figure, same shape, same size. And then we're going to write our new ordered pairs. Okay, so our new ordered pair. So K is at 0, -1. E is at 1 and -2. T is at 0 and -5. And then B is at -1 and -4. Okay, and we could use our rule here mathematically to figure that out as well. Okay, so what can you observe? What observations can you make? So we can say that the angles and the sides are all the same. So it's congruent. And we could say the angles and sides are the same. Okay, then we write our congruency statement. So that means we take our original letters. So K, E, T, B. Do you remember the congruency symbol? It's an equals with a squiggle on top. So it's congruent to K prime, E prime, T prime, and B prime. All right, so make sure you also have your congruency statement. All right, next picture. All right, we are translating again. This time, 8 units to the left, so the x value, we're taking 8 units away or subtracting 8. And then the y value is 5 units up, so we're adding 5 to the y value. All right, so let's look at J. Let's get our original ordered pairs here. So our J is 3, 0. T is forward 5, down 2, so 5, negative 2. And V is forward 4 and down 5. So you have to name your ordered pairs first. And now we're going to go 8 to the left and 5 up. So this is a big movement here. We're going to go 8 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way there. And 5 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, it takes us right to the corner. And that is going to be called J prime. So right there, and then we're going to label that J prime. J prime. Okay, a big movement here. Let's do letter T. We're going to go 8 to the left with letter T. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 5 units up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts us right there. And we're going to call that T prime. And our final movement of V. Let's move it 8 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there we go, right to there. Okay, oops, and I gotta label it. Don't forget to label it. We're gonna be really picky about that. And we call that V prime. All right, now connect. And nice and neat. Connect these. Yep, there. So we should have the same shape, same size. Remember, they should look the same. What observations can you make? Well, we can't do that yet. Let's write our new ordered pairs. So J is back 5, so negative 5, and positive 5. Again, we could do this mathematically. We could do 3 minus 8, which gives us negative 5 right here. And then we could take the 0 and add 5 to it. So we could do this all mathematically. All right, let's see. T is back 3, so that's negative 3, and up 3. And V is back 4, and on the 0. Okay, so now what observations can we make? What can we make about, what we say about that triangle, the original versus the new? Hopefully you are learning this new vocabulary word. They are congruent. That means all the angles are the same inside here. This angle T would be the same as this angle. So the angles and side lengths are the same. And then finally, let's write our congruency statement. So here we go. Do you remember the symbol? So it's JTV is congruent to, equal with a squiggle. J prime, T prime, and V prime. We keep these all in the same order as well when you write your congruency statement. All right, how did you do? What do you think? And how are you at writing ordered pairs? Very, very, very important. All right, one more to go. Okay, here's that elephant for you again. Remember, elephants never forget. And a translation, I don't want you to forget. It means a slide. All right, we're translating 3 to the right. That means the x value we're adding 3 to. And 4 down, so the y value will be subtracting 4, or moving it 4 down. Okay, original coordinates. So G is back 1 and up 5. And X is forward 2, up 4. J is forward 1, 0. And we're going to go back 3 up 2 for T. All right, let's slide it. We're going to go 3 to the right and 4 down. So let's go here, 3 to the right. I'm going to start with maybe G. So 1, 2, 3 to the right and 4 down. 1, 2, 4 right here, and mark that point. And that's going to be labeled. Please, please, please label G prime. All right, let's do our next one. X, we're going to go same rule, 3 to the right and 4 down. So 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4 down, 1, 2. So we're right there. And you know what to do, right? We're going to label it X prime. All right, to J, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And mark it right there. And please label J prime. Okay, and T, 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3, and 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And boom, right there. And that is called T prime. Now, neatness, 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 neatness. Yours should be neater than mine. I'm working on this weird iPad. Label or connect. Okay, so it should be a twin. You should have a congruent figure. So what observations can you make? You can say, again, these are congruent. Everything is the same. It's just slid over. It's over and down, so it's congruent. The angles in the sides are the same. Oh, but I jumped the gun. We were supposed to list the new coordinates, so let's do that. Okay, new coordinates. So G prime is forward 2, up 1. The X is forward 5 and nowhere on the Y. The J is forward 4 and then looks like it's down 4. And the T is 0, -2. And let me just show you mathematically, if we did -1, 5, and we add 3, if we add 3 to the -1, and we take away 4 from 5, so we use the rule, we're going to get 2, 1 for our new ordered pair, which is what we got. So you could use the rule mathematically to get your coordinates as well. Okay, final step, congruency statement. We're going to go in order. G, X, J, and T. The symbol is an equals with a squiggle, congruent to G prime, X prime, J prime, and T prime. So that means our pre-image and our new image are congruent. They have the same angle measures, they have the same side lengths.